This betrays the severity of the crisis that is imminent. If you're still focusing on, all your energy and all your time and all your investment into tarnishing my reputation instead of locking in and like fighting against the Republicans, then you're not a very serious person at all. Pestany's reaction to this thread is hilarious.
Shout out to the bipartisan effort to sell TikToks that people don't see anti-Israel content. You did it. Now it's owned by like this is so cringe. This is all of his content now. You know, Turks hate a whole bunch of other people besides just Jews, right? Why not go do some anti-Armenian content, or go do some anti-Kurdish content, or go do some anti-Greek content? Like there's so many.
Wow, what an argument! I sent the wrong link. Was this the clip?
Other ethnic minorities that your entire family, and everybody in your country hates and wants to.
That's so crazy because I don't hate any of those groups. It's just strange that you're demanding that I go hate on those groups. I don't hate Jews either. I mean, I hate Israel. New meta to defend Nazi Israelis.
Exterminate. Go cover some of them, bro. There's so many other people that I know you hate, or women.
That I know
you hate women too. Go.
Wow, guy who's in an active court case, one of his victims for distributing revenge porn, and has spent the last year for the duration of the court case literally victim blaming and also mass harassing every single person that has outed him, is over here talking about how I hate women. Good job. That's awesome. You are enemies with Stavi? Yeah, I know. And Eric Hovagim too. What was the clip you were going to send me of him reacting to the thread? I want to see it. Don't tase the dog, bro. I'm going to do it. Zzz. Kaya, come here. Bzzz. Bzzz. Oh, God.
There's something besides Jews and Israel to talk about, little bro. I promise. Shout out to the bipartisan effort to sell TikToks that people don't see anti-Israel content. You did it. Now.
I love that this ends up highlighting takes that he can't even disagree with. I love that he ends up highlighting takes that he can't even disagree with. He ends up showing those takes, and then people obviously understandably agree with those takes. The moderation on TikTok was never great, but at least it wasn't owned by Zionists who are collecting information like immigration status. What is this? Destiny thinks that everyone hating on TikTok now is a Chinese conspiracy against Israel? Jesus Christ.
Are you okay, bro? Who's still talking about this?
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy that... Who's still talking about this? This is literally newly released information from Ken Klippenstein about how ICE is unironically creating a database of anti-ICE protesters and anti-Israel protesters. Oh, why are you still talking about this? Bro, this guy's supposed to be a brilliant debater. He's doing the Andrew Tate method. He's like, oh, bro, boring. Why are you still on Israel? Is this what is worth $7,000 per post? This is what... dude, you know what? Bankrupt Israel. I mean, if this is what you got, if this is the best you got, then, you know, go ahead. Bankrupt the shit out of Israel. You are not swinging those approvals back around. Whoo! That one of the biggest pro-Israel IDF donors went and purchased TikTok specifically because he wanted to make it pro-Israel, and that every single person that played a role, every single politician that played a role in the sale of TikTok.
Oh, he's mad now. Oh, no. He loved it when TikTok was owned by in China or whatever. Oh, now.
Yes, I did. Unironically. Of course I did. Because it was a more open platform than it is now. Yes. Because I'm an American citizen and I care about talking about American issues. And yes, when China owned TikTok, there was more parity, more ideological parity than there is going to be now. As a matter of fact, that was part of the reason why they forced the sale of TikTok, but not just on the issue of Israel. I know that that's the only thing that this cares about. But yes, that is precisely it, bro. The more I talk about Israel, the more this has to sit there and defend Israel. It's really funny. If he was above average intellect, if he could demonstrate like bare minimum competence, he would drop this spite-based politics and he would openly recognize that he was a monstrous piece of shit about this Israel stuff, and then say, you know what, I was wrong. I'm actually the biggest advocate for Palestinians now going forward. And he could probably win back a lot of people, but he won't do that because he is entirely contrarian towards whatever position I demonstrate. So he just keeps his own bandwidth. He keeps limiting his own content by running around and routinely saying, no, I'm actually pro-Israel over and over and over again. Anytime he wants to cover something that I'm saying about, Israel, obviously I'm going to be anti-Israel. So then, especially at a time when Israel's approval's in the shit, his audience goes, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Same thing with this TikTok thing. This guy cannot think on his own. He has to contest whatever the I say. And obviously, when it comes down to, like, I don't know, defending the Democratic Party's honor or something, even when they're obviously being inept, he has an easier time doing that because a lot of people also are fearful of, like, what my demands are because they misunderstand it. But he can't actually do that when it comes to something so objectively and transparently up, like the Chinese, the Israeli, Israeli ownership of Israel.
He's super mad. Oh, no.
Openly said they were selling TikTok because they were scared that people were becoming too anti-Israel. Every single person that refused. Destiny rather celebrates censorship than having a single stance that aligns with Hassan. I know, he's so stupid. Israel. DHS organized conferences with Israeli security officials, held joint training sessions, and giving grants to Israeli officers for research on countering violent extremism. A former senior DHS official told me. Online liberals sound like racist Bush Republicans calling every leftist a paid CCP agent. I know. For my entire political career, I got yelled at as like an anti-American op who hates America and like should go back and live in like whatever country I should be living in rather than the United States of America. I never in my life, and I mean this sincerely, I never in my life until the last like 3 or 4 years ever would have thought that there would be a groundswell of liberals who are also saying the same shit. I think it was post-Ukraine. Post-Ukraine, I think like Natsec liberalism took on an entirely new light, took on an entirely new life of its own, and basically became this like, oh, is it? Wait, I think this is the Jamaican restaurant that we passed by in Minneapolis when we were walking by near the vigil. Anyway, it's crazy that like post Russia's invasion of Ukraine, I think a lot of like Natsec liberals became just as reactionary in their commentary as like right-wing Republicans are. You've been giving him too much attention lately. Time to ignore his existence again. I mean, let me get a couple licks in, man. Jesus Christ. This farms off my ass all day, every day. Sometimes it's good to push back. Asmon and Destiny are fighting because he defended you.
The commentators.
Yeah.
Okay. Asmongold, Hassan, Destiny, whatever.
Right.
And then this here is like politics.
Politics, yes. I see that.
This is like, it's a fake world. Nothing is real. We can say whatever.
That's not what I think. I don't know why he's like looping me in here.
Do whatever, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as Destiny's like, somebody could f this guy up for saying this shit. Now these guys lose their mind over it.
Yeah. You can do politics without advocating for being violent against people that have opinions. Yeah, obviously. Like, what are you talking about? Are you
like, this is not a fake world. This is not like just pretend. I don't like how streamers engage with politics like it's just a pretend world.
What do you?
I don't understand why he has any confidence to state things like this, as though like his advocacy of his advocacy in with respect to what's going on the ground in Minneapolis was simply to say, you guys should drop your protests and go up to Hassan and fuck with him so I can get a personal clip off and post it on LSF. That's not politics. You're just basically claiming that you're doing political commentary, but in fact, all you're doing is trying to get a fucking own on someone you despise. Someone who is not even supposed to be against you in this moment, right? Because if Destiny is a liberal and he's anti-Republican, and I'm a leftist and I'm anti-Republican, and I'm actually out there, he should be going, under normal circumstances, he should be going, you know what? I hate Hassan, but he's doing the right thing in this moment. That's what I say about Will Stancil, for example. I don't hate Will Stancil, but like I have significant disagreements with Will Stancil, but I've been defending him endlessly because he's doing the right thing in this moment. He understands what the situation is, and he has decided to put his body on the line. What doesn't make any sense is why anyone thinks what this clown is saying here is in any way, shape, or form serious political commentary. All he is trying to do is make it seem as though it's serious political commentary to go and like with a person who's trying to do their very best. It is the equivalent of if I saw Will Stancil out there and I was like, I hate that he said like, you know, the Gaza genocide is not significant. F him. All of my fans, when you see him out there, you need to go after him and you need to stop him from doing Ice Watch. If I said something insane like that, Destiny would understandably call me out and use it as an opportunity to farm off of me. The difference is I would never do that because I'm not a moron who only bases his political commentary around spite and ego. He's envious of you and Zoran. You don't need to think much harder than that. I mean, that's part of it for sure. That's why he brought up Zoran randomly. Because the last time Destiny tried to run or help out a mayoral campaign, the guy had to literally forcibly disavow Destiny and also ended up in like 8th place or something in Nebraska, by the way. Someone's got to have that link, right? That's right. When Destiny tried to help out a political campaign in Nebraska, drama alert, shaking my head. No, that's real. Destiny was like, oh, I want to get more involved. I want to get more involved in politics. I want to get more involved in politics in my backyard. I'm starting to think that DG may actually be a stupid person. I mean, not exactly very smart. No. Yeah, this is it. After cutting ties with controversial streamer Gudgel staying in mayoral race, Stephen Bonnell II, known as Destiny Online, has a controversial past, and Gudgel apologized for not doing his research. An Omaha North high school teacher is staying in the race for Omaha mayor after cutting ties with a donor who made violent comments about Black Lives Matter protesters during a Twitch stream. The comments were made last summer, but recently resurfaced in an article from the University of Nebraska Omaha student newspaper, The Gateway. Mark Gudgel, a 39-year-old Democrat, said he failed in doing his research on the streamer Stephen Bonnell II, known online as Destiny, who said on one stream, for the record, you want to know something? I didn't do this. I didn't bring this up. I didn't even know that he was actually working with a mayoral candidate who ended up getting like what was his where did he land on in that election? 4,000 votes. 4.8% of the votes overall. Nice. Well, at least he did better than the writing candidates. You made 0 vids on this mayor. Yeah, exactly. I didn't, because why the fuck would I? It's the Nebraska mayoral race. This is what happens when Destiny gets involved in a mayoral race. And for the record, I didn't try to game the system. I didn't try to like hurt Destiny by going to this guy and reaching out to him and being like, hey, by the way, or sicking my fan base on this Omaha mayoral race to be like, hey, this guy, you should hurt his chances of winning the election because he's associating with a really bad streamer. Meanwhile, Destiny did do that. His goons did consistently spam over and over again the associations that I have with Zoran in an effort to tarnish his chances, and it didn't work. Think about that. Think about where people actually spend all their time. You have a finite amount of time and energy on this planet. Choose wisely how you spend that energy. How does your candidate Zoran do? Don't get me started about how jealous I am. Yeah, I gave props to his community for being anti-ICE recently, and this is what they do in return. They will never be charitable. I know, they're irredeemable. I'm still not going to stop, though, because I'm still not going to stop hoping that they will one day wake up to the reality that they are literally in a cult. The reason why I say this is because, watch out, baby, you're standing right underneath me. The reason why I'm not going to stop is because, like, I will take any help I can get. If you are opposing Republicans, I'm with you, okay? I will be by your side. I will defend you. But just, oppose Republicans. I remember during that period after being dropped, someone said they were a Hasanabi head, called into his stream to gloat. Like, I didn't even know that was happening. I used to never talk about Destiny at that point. I'm a former D guy. Most of us see the light via him showing your base takes and him poorly responding to them. Now I'm a full-on commie. Law Zoran of Nebraska going to show up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be honest, for every guy like this, though, there are plenty of guys who just like become more and more aggressive. What did Destiny do in terms of spending all of his time and energy in the lead up to the election? he got a Democratic congressperson, Richie Torres, to try and unsuccessfully get me deplatformed. In the process, him and Dan Stalkman got Zionist to be a slur, to be treated like a slur. And they also got Richie Torres to write a letter with the congressional letterhead to Amazon to try to get me deplatformed before the election. And then Twitch, in response to that, actually blacklisted me on the day of the election. And it still didn't work. I still had the most viewers that I've had in my career and also on this platform. However, I'm sure that there were plenty of people who watched Asmongold on the day because Asmongold was being suggested as the #1 slot that was actually covering the election. And these guys still haven't stopped. This betrays the severity of the crisis that is imminent. If you're still focusing all your energy and all your time and all your investment into tarnishing my reputation instead of locking in and like fighting against the Republicans, then you're not a very serious person at all. I wonder how many of your fans came through from different communities, people that hated on you all the time, then realized through clips that your takes actually make sense. There's plenty of them. He also brought his Nazi girlfriend to one of those rallies. Oh yeah, that meth head. That meth head that was at the Young Republican thing. Closed presents. Thank you for the 99 gifted subs. Hell yeah. Just yesterday, they tried to push that clip you watched about ICE in Israel trying to get you banned. Stalkman is tweeting at the ADL with a clip of you watched yesterday talking about ICE in Israel. That's what I mean. These guys are they're busybodies, you know? They're busy with like the dumbest shit possible. It's ridiculous. I know the Dems caved. I already covered it.